Welcome to
Kingdom Love Unlocked,
where we help you get to forever on purpose. Today, guys, we're going to be talking about trauma, the effects of trauma, and also how it affects the relationship. So we're going to do a deep dive in trauma today.
So, Nick, can you start us off by explaining the neuroscience behind trauma?
Yes, I think that's important, Tiffany, so I'm glad you mentioned that. The neuroscience behind trauma, I think it's important to talk about first how trauma is found in your body, how it actually gets orchestrated in your mind, right? I think a lot of times if people don't have awareness about something, they don't understand it, it's hard to challenge it, it's hard to tackle it.
Yes.
Right? So the neuroscience behind trauma, what happens is trauma is when how your brain experiences a traumatic event. Now, the issue is sometimes people don't understand what a traumatic event can be, right? It could be your mom or dad just saying, hey, I'm never going to come to your basketball games, sports games, or whatever, maybe football games because you're not good, right? And so that could trickle down into something saying you just don't feel like you're not good, you're not worthy in your life, in every area of your life. Or it could be your parents have said something like, I don't love you. It's just all the way you experience it, right? That's what it's all about, the experience. So what happens behind it when that happens, a traumatic event, you got something called your mind. The CEO of the brain is called the prefrontal cortex. It's located right behind the forehead. The prefrontal cortex, PFC for short. When an event happens with trauma, it goes offline, like turn the television off or a laptop monitor, and then your part of the brain called the amygdala takes over. That is the part of the brain that puts you in fight, flight, or freeze. Okay, that be hypervigilant, things of that nature. Prefrontal cortex, CEO of the brain, turns off. Amygdala takes over. Responsible for emotions and your nervous system. Then you experience trauma. Now, the reason why people can remember something that happened traumatic 15 years ago, they can't remember what they ate last week, right? Is because when a traumatic event happened, it gets seared in something called your hippocampus, which is responsible for memory. It gets seared in the hippocampus, and that's why you can recall that thing like it's happening currently.
Yes.
Right? That's why you have a lot of people, and especially veterans with PTSD, police officers, because it's like it's happening in real life. It's been seared in the hippocampus, right? The part of the brain responsible for memory. So I wanted to bring that awareness first because you have to know what the challenge and how your brain operates in order to tackle this thing. Because I think a lot of people don't have understanding. Again, they're afraid to kind of talk about it and not know how things work, right? So I like to bring that understanding.
I like that you mentioned that it could be something so small.
Yes.
It can be one statement.
Right.
I work with a lot of clients trying to help them get to the roots of what's going on in their